Good morning, card community. It's RJ back with another video. So let's get to it. Today's random Mike Schmidt item of the day. It's actually 3 cards, but I want to show off this one first. So 2004. I do love the design of 2004. This is a special card because it's highlighting Mike Schmidt and Jim Thome. Thome had in 2004 set the single season home run record for the Phillies. I think he hit, I can't remember exactly how many he hit that year, but it was more than 50. Was it? Oh no, he says he only hit 47 that year, missing Schmidt's mark by 1 in 2003. So anyway, they made this card in the 2004 set, South Philly Sluggers. Again, I love the 2004 design. Standard card had a little silver facsimile of the picture on the actual card. It was a really cool thing. One of my favorite sets is 2004. This card, obviously being Mike Schmidt, I have to have it for my collection. I still have to get the gold version. I keep looking on the Bay. I have to look some other places. But anyway, along about 2010, Topps came out with this. So what they were doing, and I don't know why they chose 2010 to do it, but they decided to reproduce the image of a whole bunch of cards because they called it Cards Your Mom Threw Out. And it was okay because they had this, the back looked like this, you know, it was Cards Your Mom Threw Out and explained, you know, it's a 2004 Topps card reprint kind of a thing. So they just changed, they kept the same image, no biggie, because the back clearly said that it was different than, this is the original, this is the reprint. So clearly no problem. This particular one came in the update set that year. Okay. But what they also did, for some inexplicable reason, is produce this one, which was actually called the original backs. Take a look at this. The backs are so similar. If you're not a veteran collector, I mean, a really hardcore collector, your average collector, even a guy who's been doing this, 20, 30 years, might not know that Topps put out a set of cards, about, I think it's 150 or so of these reprint cards, and they kept the same back. Now, granted, there's subtle differences. This is the original one, so the copyright text is white versus black. They added the Cooperstown Collection logo, and there's some slight variations in the font itself. But nobody is going to know that unless you're a diehard collector like me. You're going to see this copyright down there being 2010, and you're going to think this card is an insert into the 2010 set. Or if you know your card design, you're going to see that the design is from 2004. You're going to look at this card and think it belongs in your 2004 set and not even look at the copyright date because the back is exactly the way you would expect it to look. It was a terrible idea for Topps to do this. I have no idea why they did it. I'm not sure if everybody else complained about it at the time. I was only doing sets back then, so I would just buy the factory set and not think twice about it, so I never got the insert sets later on in the years. But as I look at it now, why would you do this, Topps? You had a great idea with this one, with the fact, with the crazy back and whatnot, but to do it that way, where you reproduced the card down to the same back, it's just nutty. You're opening yourself up with all kinds of problems. So sorry about the little rant there. It went a little long. Anyway, today's random baseball item of the day. I have a card here, 1989, Walt Weiss from the Oakland A's, 1989. This is what is commonly referred to as a Broder. A Broder is an unlicensed card. Just a picture on the front, some kind of designation on the back. The reason it's called a Broder typically is, or just an unlicensed card, the photographer around about the mid to late 80s named Rod Broder started putting out cards like this advertising his work, and he'd put a little information on the back sometimes, and distribute those to clients and other people trying to get people to buy his pictures. Maybe he'd sell it. This is another similar card where they just stole the picture and slapped it on a different frame. Put this in here, different little thing. This one says it's the Pacific Cards and Comics set. I'm not sure, Series 3. I'm not sure how many cards were in the series. I don't collect Walt Weiss, so I do not know. It's just another interesting fact of card collecting, that the image on the cards sometimes overlapped multiple products, multiple producers, multiple sets, multiple years even, you know. Just thought that was interesting when I stumbled across that looking through my cards. All right, today's trivia question, a cool little prize here for you, something you don't see too often. Little set from Fleer called Hardball from 2003. This one obviously featuring the great Mariano Rivera. Interesting question for you. You could win that card. Mariano has the career record for most saves in a career. He had 652 when he retired. Trevor Hoffman famously also retired with over 600 career saves. He ended up with 601. So those two guys are at the top of the heap. Who's third and how many saves do they have? Because when I looked that up, it was interesting to see how far behind number 3 is in total career saves. It's quite a difference. So take a look at that and send me an email with the correct answer. Who currently is number 3 on career saves, and how many do they have? So email me that answer. I'll include my email in the description below, along with a repeated question. You'll have today and tomorrow to answer, and we'll pick a winner on Sunday. So good luck to that. All right, so today I'm going to show off something I showed off before, but expound a little bit on it. So I showed off once before this set I picked up, the Gallery of Champions from Topps. This is the official 1988 collection of 12 aluminum cards, so very inexpensive. They had this thing priced at $35. I paid nowhere near that. And somebody out there must have found a case or something of these things, because if you go on eBay right now, there's no less than 20 of these available, ranging in price from like $5 to $25, depending upon who it is. It's quite the interest, and they are cool. I mean, I'm a big fan. Certainly, it's because it's a set. But when you pop open this little case, you get the felt line case, and you have these fantastic little exact reprints of their 88 cards. Exact reprints of the cards of these players from 1988 in this little set made out of aluminum. Nothing special. Well, Topps has been doing this, their Gallery of Champions, since 1984. And recently I was on the Bay and I saw that a whole bunch of them were up for sale again. Not the 88 aluminum, but a whole bunch of different years, different materials, because at one time or another they did do silver. I mean, I have real, sterling, like 0.992 or whatever, Troy silver kind of thing. But they also did bronze. So I picked up a couple bronze sets. Let's take a look. The 1987 Gallery of Champions in bronze. Kind of like a cool little case here. Pop the lock. Here is 1987 Topps Gallery solid bronze cards. Oop. This is a very, very pretty set. Got the nice little Mike Schmidt card here. I'll pop that one out. There is Jesse Barfield, Wade Boggs, Jose Canseco, Joe Carter, Roger Clemens, Tony Gwynn, Todd Worrell, Mike Scott, Dave Righetti, Tim Raines, and Don Mattingly, Donnie Baseball. So here is the card. It's a piece of solid bronze. Mike Schmidt. And on the back, so I'm not sure how good you'll be able to see this, but these are your stats. I guess if you got a really good magnifying glass, you'll be able to read them. I did do that once. I took a magnifying glass, and whoever etched this into the bronze did a pretty good job, because you can read every single number and decimal point and whatnot. So it was a good job reproducing these cards. So that is the 1987 Topps Gallery of Champions bronze set, 1987. But I didn't stop there. I got the 86 bronze one too. It hasn't come in yet. But I do have the 1985 Topps Gallery of Champions. There's that one. Joel Shorin was still president back there. And again, 12 cards, all exact replicas of those players' 1985 Topps cards. You have Tony Gwynn, Tony Aramis, Dale Murphy, Willie Hernandez, Rick Sutcliffe, Ryan Sandberg, Bruce Sutter, Dwight Gooden, Dan Quisenberry, my guy Mike Schmidt, Alvin Davis, and again, Donnie Baseball made the cut. So once again, we'll pop out the Schmidt card. Piece of solid bronze. Not sure if this is tarnished or there's a color discoloration or something on the bronze there. Might have to clean that someday. And again, it is simply an exact replica of his base Topps card from that year, but done in a postage stamp size and done in solid bronze. So again, that is the Topps Gallery of Champions from 1985. Now, the reason I kind of emphasize the name Gallery of Champions, if you saw my previous video showing off when I got the 88 aluminum set, when Topps first did this, they first came out in 1984, and they were called, because I got one, the Gallery of Immortals. I have no idea why it changed. Maybe because the players they chose you wouldn't really call immortal, but it was called the Gallery of Immortals in the original release, and it could be available in bronze and silver. So let's see, are these guys really immortals? Let's find out. It is Rod Carew, Nolan Ryan, Steve Garvey, Jim Palmer, Reggie Jackson, Mike Schmidt, George Brett, Pete Rose, Joe Morgan, Steve Carlton, Raleigh Fingers, and Tom Seaver. I think I would say that given all of the options about who to put in there, picking all those players really does suggest it is a Gallery of Immortals. And might I say that out of the 12 cards, a full third, 4 out of the 12, are Phillies. Thank you. Just saying, people. That's right. 1984, the Phillies had just gone to the World Series the year before. I can't get the Schmidt out of there. These guys are really in there tight. I remember trying to get the Schmidt out the other day. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it out. They do pop out, but it's really stuck in there. But so this is the bronze set from 1984, the Gallery of Immortals. So I guess they decided that the Immortals was too exclusive, and they wanted to spread the wealth around a little more, so they called it the Gallery of Champions ever since. I don't know when they stopped doing it. I have seen some on the sale right now from 1991, so clearly they went that far. And I'm going to keep getting them, the whole sets, as much as I can. I did see there are a couple silver versions out on the bay right now. But for the most part, they want $2,000, $2,000 for the set of solids, because it's a solid piece of silver. I did see one for $750, but again, I'm spending less than $50 for each of these bronze ones, so I can handle that. So that's all I wanted to show off for you today. I hope you appreciated that. Don't forget the trivia question. You can get that great Mariano Rivera card in the background. Appreciate your support. Please consider liking, subscribing, commenting, and all that jazz. Stop back on Wednesday. Wednesday, I'm breaking my annual jumbo box of my hobby jumbo box of Topps flagship. I got that into the mail last week. I've been holding off to open it so I can do it with you guys, and we'll do that on Wednesday. I'm actually going to do it Wednesday and Friday, kind of split it up a little bit, make it interesting. Also, save me the trouble of having to think up some really cool things to show off to you. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Please consider coming back soon. Have a great week. Take care.